visa. And it says that every visa applicant is presumed to have immigrant intent unless they can convince the visa officer that they don't. So paradoxically, this is very opposed to the rest of the US legal system. Visa applicants are considered guilty until they can prove themselves innocent. So the visa officers can always just say, I'm not convinced of this applicant's bona fides, their credentials, their intent, and so I'm going to refuse them 214B. So you'll hear that term a lot out there. Another type of refusal that's like a pseudo refusal is 221G. That's not really a refusal yet. That just means pending. So it means not issued yet. So I know when you go into the SEAC after your interview, you may see refused 221G. Rest assured, that just means that your case is still pending. They're still doing some work on it. They just haven't issued it yet, but it's not a refusal outright per se.
Yeah, the most common one I hear from my friends is the 214B. Get a lot of questions about that. And so it's really good to get some more details about that as well. And with these refusals, I know that you guys at Argo have some really cool opportunities to help people who've been refused or preparing for interviews. What does Argo do exactly?
So Argo, we're the first and only company in the world that's made up completely of ex-visa officers like me who worked in the embassies and consulates doing visas for years, and we now help clients on the outside. We did it on the inside. I adjudicated personally 60,000 plus visas during my career. Mandy,
Wow.
who many of you all will have seen in some of Rob's other videos, has done over 100,000 in her career. All of us have done at least a few tens of thousands of these interviews. We've got that experience. We know the regulations and the law and the Foreign Affairs Manual, which is the basis for which they do their entire job. But more importantly, we know the visa officer's mindset. We know how to make their job easy, what information to put in front of them that lets them know, oh, I can issue this visa. I don't need to be concerned about this applicant's credentials. So, if someone comes to us and they've been refused before, we talk to them, we ask what happened in that first interview. We ask everything about their application, right? Their details, their plan of study, the school they're going to, their family's finances, etc. And we, with about 90% or more certainty, we know exactly what it was that was going through that visa officer's mind that caused them to refuse the visa. What we can do then from there is prepare you to go into your next visa interview with a completely new strategy to try to catch the visa officer's attention from the very beginning and get them to question that previous refusal and get them along the road to changing their decision and issuing your visa. A lot of people, I see this online in a lot of forums, people say, just keep applying one time after another and just hope for a different result. That's not only ineffective, because if you go in with the same plan, you're going to get the same result. It's not only ineffective, it's actually counterproductive, because if you've been refused once, when you go in for your next interview, that visa officer is going to say, oh, they were refused once. That's going to make them lean towards refusal already. That's why you need a new plan. If you come in and they see, oh, they've been refused twice, that's double the negative impression. 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. That's really a lot of weight on the side of refusal when you go in that many times. So it's in everyone's best interest to, well, let me plug this first. Get some help before your first interview, right? It's best to go in with a clean slate. But if you've already been refused once, don't just go in again trying the same strategy, hoping for a different result. Get some help, get a new strategy,